All right, hi everyone. Today we'll be looking at how to improve your stringing time when stringing a racket, or maybe even just use this as a basic racket guide. With me I have Tom.
Hello, that's me.
Hello, one of the coaches at our World Camp, which is currently going on just behind us, as you maybe just can hear, which is also why we are standing here in the coaches booth. And that may just be a bit messy. We are sorry, but we are working hard, and that's why there's a mess.
So, do you think we should give it a go? What do you think?
We'll give it a go. We'll be stringing the new NanoFlare 1000 set step, still with the fresh grip on, and we'll be using the X-Bolt 63 string around 11.5 kgs.
Okay, 11.5.
Yes.
So, what's important actually now when you just adjust the racket right now, Will?
Well, what's important is I kind of adjust these side pieces. This machine has 6 different supports, and I adjust it so it slightly stretches.
Okay.
If I overstretch the frame, this frame will be too stretched and will actually do some of the elasticity that helps generate powerful, nice shots and make the string sounds great.
Okay.
So slight stretch, and then I'm just squeezing the sides in slightly till they just touch.
Okay, perfect.
All right, now I'll adjust the machine to do 11.5 kilograms and get the proper string. Now, Tom, you may just need to watch out because I'll need around 10 meters of string.
Okay, so how do you figure it out? Like, especially like for the starting strings, how do you know like how long do you need?
Yes.
How much do you need?
So normally with Yonex, they recommend doing a 2-string system where you need some main strings and then some cross strings, and you do 4 knots.
Okay.
This is not necessarily all the time though, and especially if you want to string fast at lighter tensions like 11.5 kgs up to like 13.5 kgs even. I do this. We can just do one big string.
Okay.
And if I do higher tensions, I'll go to the 4-knot system.
Okay, perfect.
So I know I'll need 10 meters in total. For me, that's 5 full wingspans.
Okay.
And then I add a 6th one going just from here to here.
Okay.
So I have some string to work on every side.
Okay.
I'd recommend that you go and find your own way of doing this. Some people lay it out on a table and drag it along. They have a measuring tape.
A measuring tape.
They can choose on their own. Now, working with one long string here, I know that if I take my wingspan just around 2 meters, just under, like this, I have almost enough string to cover the one side.
Okay.
So I will be starting from down here, Tom.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll have a closer look. Okay.
And I'll go through, and I'm still holding the length of the string I just took.
Okay, perfect.
So my wingspan, and I'm dragging it through to this point.
Okay, dragging through.
Now I know I have enough string to finish this side of the main strings.
All right, okay, perfect.
Because I have done this a few times, but I know that I have enough. So I'm dragging it through. Yes, and
so starting like all the way through, like for a while. Okay.
Going all the way through.
Okay.
And now we are working on an electrical machine. So I will show a trick you can do because of that later on.
Okay, I'm curious about that.
So I pull it to here.
Yeah.
Now what I do is this machine needs to be able to pull on something. So I take this thing actually and I attach it to
the grip, so to say. Okay.
Yes. Now I'll turn this around, and now the rest of the string will go through the other side, all the way through.
All the way through.
Yes.
So it's just in order probably to have like the proper length for the pull, or isn't it like that? So that you have the first pull.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So I have a place to start.
Okay. Perfect.
I pull it all through.
Yeah.
I'll get this thing through for the next one.
Okay.
And because the X-Bolt, like the BG80 and other strings, is like nice and not too tacky, this can be hard with an Aerobite string because it's very, very tacky.
Yeah.
But because it's kind of light, I can pull it through 2 of them at a time.
Okay.
And I'm making sure to attach this knot, both of them attached to the grip here.
Okay. So basically, like you have like here these two strings, so to say.
Yes.
In order to. Okay. Perfect.
And now I'll just drag all of this through before I'm tensioning, basically.
Okay, perfect.
Are we teaching Tom now?
We are teaching the videos.
We're teaching the videos, yeah?
You just spoke into the YouTube video, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
One of our lovely participants here, tagging along and watching. We are currently doing the singles tournament.
Yeah, currently that's a lot of participants here who are just giving a go. And meanwhile, there's like a lot of stringing to do. We have plenty of rackets right here.
Yeah, you can actually go ahead and show them off.
Yeah. Just have a look. I mean, right at the moment, like just a couple here in my head, in my hand, in my head, of course as well. But yeah, let's see how many they're still ongoing, right?
Yeah, they keep on coming.
They keep on coming.
And a lot of these are new, never been used before. They've just been bought.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so now I've pulled everything through.
Okay.
And now this is how I start every racket. I have this side where I have enough string to finish it because I have this.
Yep.
And then I have this side completely full.
Okay.
Now I'll grab both of these ones and start tensioning.
Okay.
So I'll firstly take both of them together,
Yeah.
going in the machine, then pulling.
Pulling. Okay.
Yes. Now because I'm pulling both at the same time, these aren't fully tensioned yet.
Yep.
But I'll just use this to attach the clamps.
Okay.
So that I can now from here.
Would you say there's something important where to attach the clamps, because there might be some different things, maybe lower, maybe higher? What would you say?
Yes, the closer we get to the frame, the more tension we keep. So now I'll quickly release this, let this thing pull through, and now this string is fully tensioned.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, perfect.
And then from here, I'll just keep the racket facing this way down, because this video is on how to string faster.
Yep.
If you have an electric machine, you can actually pull 2 main strings at the same time.
Ah, okay.
And keeping the tension pretty easily.
Okay.
So I save a lot of time by always having the racket position going down.
Okay.
Now I'll work my way once to the left, once to the right, going all the way up the rack, the main strings.
Okay. What would you say? What is like the common or most common mistake? What could happen there? I mean, I just read something that some of the guys are like working first one side and then the other.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
I'd say I hope you aren't stringing the racket at a high tension.
Okay.
Because you are adding tension to one side before the other, and if you keep going, it'll be very uneven.
Ah, okay.
And this uneven tension can break the frame of the racket, actually. And if you are a stringer and you break the racket, you have an issue, because who's gonna pay for that? I don't know.
I don't know either.
So at any time here, I can just take these loops and pull them out.
Okay.
Attach here, and then when it's pulling, I'll always be working with the other side of the racket.
Okay.
So I'm saving time.
Yes.
By working.
Okay. Going through the grommets nicely.
Yes, well, camera's on, so we are working under pressure here.
Yes.
But yeah, so here.
Okay.
And then we'll take this thing, and at the same time, I'll take my here.
Yep. Now working on the other side. Okay.
So everything I can do while the machine is working for me, I'm doing.
Yeah. So always think ahead slightly, so to say.
Always think ahead slightly, yeah. So try to use the dead time while the machine is working for you on something productive.
Okay.
So here we go. And attaching pretty close. We don't need to go all the way out.
Yeah,
that can also cause some issues, because if we attach very close, then sometimes when we're pulling the string, it'll kind of be working up against the clamp.
Okay.
And that can cause friction, which can cause breakage or just damage to the string. And that's also the thing when we're stringing. The better care we take of the string, the better the stringing will be, but also the longer it will last, because if we add wear and tear on it.
Yeah. So, and now I just seen something like you started like for the last 2, you started outside here, and then you're just going for the pre-last, right?
Yes.
So
we have Alan walking by here.
Yep.
But yes, that's right, Tom.
Yep.
I went outside first, and then I went in again.
Okay.
This is once again to protect the frame, especially if you're working at higher tensions.
Okay.
Then this is a stronger position for the frame. It also makes it so we aren't pulling the last string on the outermost grommet, but we're working a bit closer to the middle, where it is stronger.
Okay.
Another nice thing this does, it makes this crossing here be a bit shorter, this crossing of the string.
Okay.
So it's easier to work all the cross strings. Recycle
Yeah,
over there.
so have a look, there's a bin there. Okay.
And then this machine has a feature called the knot feature, where it'll add some extra tension to the knot.
Okay, so how much extra tension do you have at the moment? What would you recommend if you have like, what did we had? At how many kilos did we have? And then how much is it going up?
11.5 kgs, and this thing adds 10% to the knot.
Okay.
And the reason it adds 10% is because this little loose part here of the string, as well as this part I'll be pulling with my hand, it doesn't have 11 kgs in it.
Yeah, okay.
So it hopefully evens it out a bit. But we can do our best to maintain the tension.
Yeah.
So when I do this knot, I'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, going to the sixth one.
The sixth one, getting in there as a shared knot.
Yeah.
And then from here, I'll be pulling up, and I'll try to maintain the tension in the string.
Okay.
So that.
So then, how to perform the knot then, by the way?
How to perform the knot?
Yeah.
So for this one, it's pretty simple. We loop under the main string.
Okay.
Get here, then we go through.
Okay.
Now the way I maintain some nice tension here is I'll pull in this part for as long as I can.
Yeah.
So pulling here,
Yeah.
having it go down, and then I'll give it this
Yeah.
one squeeze.
Okay.
Now I do 3 of these. Some people do 2.
Yeah.
I choose to do 3.
Probably just in order to keep like the knots tight and clean.
So you go under,
Yeah.
through,
Yeah.
and it's mainly the first one you need to do to maintain the strength, the
Okay.
tension.
Okay.
Now I can release this.
Okay. So like
Now the rest of the racket should very much just come from here.
Come from here. Okay.
And then to keep it like not cluttered,
Yeah.
I'll just go here, cut it,
Cut it.
just around the height of the racket.
Okay. And then done. So.
And then done.
Okay.
That was it for the main strings.
Okay. Perfect.
Now moving on to the cross strings.
Now moving on to cross strings. Okay. So where do you start actually then? It's like.
Yeah.
Or how do you start then?
Well, how do you start? So with this being a Yonex racket and with most rackets, they recommend you start the cross strings from the 9th grommet.
Okay.
From the bottom. It
Yeah.
used to be some rackets from the 8th grommet, also
Okay.
Yonex rackets, but now they're designed to go from the 9th grommet.
Okay.
It should be the first grommet that is completely open,
Okay.
meaning, so you don't have to count them, you can always spot it because it's the first one you can just go through
Okay.
without there being any string it's working against.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, with a Yonex racket, you have 22 main strings
Yeah.
and 21 cross strings.
Okay.
For this reason, it is recommended to add 0.4 kgs on the cross or 2 pounds of tension.
Okay. 2 pounds. Yeah.
So I go up to 11.9 kgs.
Okay. So how do you start then? Like when you go for the cross right now, do you go like first over or under it? Does it matter?
I always start, it does not matter, but
does
I
not.
always start over,
Okay.
and it's just a habit. And then when working like this is
Yeah.
one of the things you just have to do for a while to
Yeah.
get fast at,
Yeah.
doing the weaving in between.
Weaving. Okay.
Now to work here, I have just reached the 10th grommet, which is a cross grommet, meaning
Yeah.
the string is going across it like this.
Yeah. So it's
So
blocking,
I have,
right?
yes, it's blocking. So I have this tool that I'll use to go down here, use my thumb with the machine and pull it kind of to the side,
Okay.
so it opens up for me to nice and easily go through.
Yeah. All right. Got it.
And then now I remember to start the next string from the right position, meaning if this last string, the second one I'm crossing,
Yeah.
it was under,
So you
I'll
need.
be going over.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And then a nice trick to be fastest at this is like, maybe say that I reach here, and let's
Yeah.
just imagine
Yeah.
that I have no more string. If I'm pulling the string while weaving,
Yeah.
this is pretty hard because there's friction with the string.
Yeah.
So always like kind of pull a bit of string,
Okay.
so it's frictionless,
Okay.
and then we can more easily work.
Okay.
Now the nice thing with doing it like this right now is that this one is actually not tensioned.
Yeah.
So for this one, I can always just go through it nicely.
Okay. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Good one.
And then to save the string, or to not cause wear and tear, if I just drag it along like this, I'll
Yeah.
be causing the wear.
Yeah.
I'm moving it up, letting it go down, moving it up, letting it go down, like this quickly.
Yeah.
So it kind of just changes around.
Changes.
And
Okay,
now
perfect.
I pulled a bit too much actually, because
Oh,
I was
wow.
explaining.
Yeah. Well.
So regaining this so I can tie the first cross string.
Okay. Aren't there like different possibilities about when to pull the tension? Some let's say like for example you can pull for the first 2 cross strings like the tension, but you're doing now first cross one.
I'm doing the first cross one with the tension alone.
Okay.
The reason you normally do it with 2, or the reason that Yonex explains to do with pulling the 2 bottom ones together, is because the knot you have tied here at the bottom would be one where you're just creating like a bulge with the string.
Okay.
And if you pull it only that thing alone,
Yeah.
sometimes the string can go into the grommet and into the frame.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. But at very high tensions, you could also just play with not with pulling the 2 bottom ones on its own.
Yeah.
If you're trying to cause less, like if you're really working a high tension, because the Yonex racket is like insured up to 12.5 kilograms of tension.
Yeah.
So when we go above that, they don't verify or really say it'll last
Oh, okay.
at that tension. So
Perfect.
you can definitely try to play with trying to save the racket a bit.
Okay.
By doing the first 2 ones on its own.
Okay.
But this is just 11.5 kilograms.
Yeah. Since you're kind of pretty fast in the weaving process, do you have like any advice? Because when you're weaving right now, I see you're just going slightly up from the strings. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like going directly to the grommet. Is there like any reason where you say, okay, you're going slightly up instead of just going directly to the next grommet?
For me, it feels more comfortable.
Okay.
I feel like when I'm working cross, I have a bit more space because I'm working with diagonal.
Yep.
It's like just pure math, working a bit cross, you can have a bit more like space.
Yeah, yeah.
And in here, with these being positioned here,
Yeah.
I feel like I have more space working a bit further up
Okay.
than I do down here.
Okay.
Now, with weaving up a bit, as if you've seen, normally when people they finish a racket, they'll sometimes be adjusting the strings to kind of avoid this curvy pattern here.
Okay.
The way I counteract this is before every string I pull,
Yeah.
I'll actually take the string and put it all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
Because with the way the machine pulls, it tends to kind of create a bit of a curve.
Yeah.
But you're just always putting it down and maybe giving like a small thing like this.
Yeah.
It's pretty straight from the start and you get nice square strings.
Okay. Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
And now we get to the part of the racket where it's just all about being fast at weaving, because there's nothing we have to handle from here until all the way to the top.
So you would just say like the beginning part, so to say, the first 4 strings are like, okay, it takes a little bit of time, and then afterwards it's just about the speed, so to say.
Then it's just about the speed mainly, and these parts here and here, they get harder at higher tensions.
Yeah.
You have to be more cautious of the string and how you're doing it.
Okay.
And you have to like make sure you're on, like it's easier to break it, and sometimes it can also be harder to physically move the string. Yeah. Some players, some people, they use like old string in between that they can pull with something like this tool here.
Yeah. Okay.
I have other tools I can maneuver the string with, which I'll slow later on in the top.
Right. Understood.
Now with this machine.
Now that's like an important part, right? It's like, why do we go like underneath the fixing thing? Right?
Because with a machine like this, which is a very common way to like have the racket attached, if I go around now and I put this through, I'll get the racket strung and stuck to
to the machine, probably. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I got
So it's very important that I go through first.
Yep.
To make sure it'll tie itself to the racket and not the machine.
Yeah, okay, understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then kind of working our way up. And see, now I have to check. There we go.
Yeah.
And then working the stringing. Again, doing this to save the string.
Yeah.
Now if I want to put the speed up a bit,
yeah,
I'll start with the clamp immediately, because I can't loosen this clamp at any time, because right now this clamp is holding.
Yeah.
Plus right now I could also loosen this one if I wanted to, because the machine is holding the tension.
Okay. Okay.
You just always need the last point of the racket to be holding the tension. I just caught a racket down there.
So, and right now, because the clamp is holding the tension, you could release the pre-last clamp, so to say. Yeah.
Yes. And then I can attach that immediately after the machine is done working.
Oh, okay. Understood. Understood. I think you already mentioned it, but just like maybe to get it again, because when you're pulling like the string through, sometimes you're getting like the string a little bit up. Could you explain once more? It's like why it's a kind of important every now and then, or to get these kind of curve inside when you just pull it through?
So you mean here in a second when I pull it through?
Yeah,
it's really important, and it's like kind of what separates a bad and a good stringing quite often. One thing is of course a machine and knowing how to string it.
Okay.
But the other thing is just taking care of the string.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever seen a badminton racket that's been played with for a few weeks, you'll see like kind of a grainy wear and tear on the string. Like you can break a string in 2 ways, by just wearing it down or hitting it the wrong place.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's nothing worse than getting a new racket and the string already being worn.
Yeah, okay.
And with me pulling it up, I am both the main strings and the cross strings. I am saving a bit by having them work across, like up and down across the strings. And now we have...
Now we have like, tournament is finished. Oh no, somebody's leaving at the moment.
Bye.
So the first ones are going, actually?
The first ones are going, because this is the last full day of the camp.
Yeah.
And we had 2 participants out of the 44 we've just had here in Denmark for the past week.
Yeah.
That have
quite a lot, huh?
Quite a lot.
So how many countries have there been? Do you know that? Can you just mention it?
18 different nationalities and countries we've had here.
That's crazy.
It is absolutely crazy. It's been a wonderful camp.
Yeah, lovely. Really, really lovely.
Yeah. But as we mentioned from working here, we just go up. I think it would be fun to talk about stringing, I'd say, is a mixture of an art and a craftsmanship.
Okay.
Right? It's like there's a certain systems you work with, but from there it's also developing your own style, your own preferences and how you work well.
Yeah.
And like you have to, you can learn from a manual, but you have to learn your own ways, how to take care of the rackets, checking the frame if there's a possible like weakness, handling issues. Sometimes you'll start with a racket, realize in the middle of it, a grommet is lacking,
Oh my. Okay.
oh my.
Oh, it's
And then you'll have to be creative sometimes. If it's
Okay.
if it's one of the ones behind the
behind these
clamps.
machines.
Oha.
What would you recommend, like, for players, like, to make the racket kind of long lasting? Or, I mean, of course, as a stringer, you have the eye for that as well. But what would you say? Are there like some kinds of where you say you can do some like things for yourself to work on to make it long lasting, the racket, so to say? What kind of advice would you have?
Like protecting the frame of the racket.
Yeah, exactly. For example.
Well, I'd definitely say, like, if you can, use a cover for it. Have a nice bag. Don't just like throw it, like, don't just have it lying around. Have something to protect it. A proper badminton bag or anything is designed to keep these things safe.
Okay.
And then also, since we're talking about stringing, when you break your strings, cut them.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, is there like any specific pattern where you would say this is how you should cut it? Because there are like some stuff where you say, you need to start like with a cross, or is it like going through like straightly cross or so? There's some different stuff going on Instagram or so, or wherever.
There's definitely. We actually posted a video of us just cutting straight across it like this. Okay. As a guide. I actually think it was like a cross we showed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally just cut it, and I cut it fast.
Okay.
But there are people have theorized on how to cut it the best. I would say I've never seen a racket break from someone cutting the string.
Yeah.
But in theory, I guess it could happen if it's really, really hardly strung.
Yeah. Okay.
But don't leave it in there with a broken string, because the issue would be that it'll have an odd, like, the frame is designed to have even tension from all sides.
Okay.
So if you break a string, we won't.
Yeah.
And now here I've just reached a point, which is something that's smart to do.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah. So now it's tough right now to get through the grommets, right? What would you do?
I would cut it, and I'd cut it going across, so I'm creating like a sharp edge to it.
Okay.
I wouldn't just go straight on, I'd go kind of cross.
Okay.
Yes, and the reason I had to cut it now is because it had been through so many grommets that it's starting to become kind of soft.
Okay, so it's bending and breaking, so to say, and it's like,
it's been hard to work with.
Yeah, hard to work with, okay.
Yes, and then you can be fumbling around for a long time doing that.
Yeah, okay, understood. Just a question once more about, like, I mean, like, having a look for the grommets as well as a stringer. I mean, there are also like a lot of kind of stuff. For example, when to change the grommet, or for example, I just had like got the information. It's like you could like take like a screwdriver, so to say, and turn it like at 45 degrees or so, and then the grommet is still working. Would you recommend that, or do you have an opinion about that? So before I change the grommet completely, because
the way I always did it was like, as a stringer, you sometimes see some grommets that they just needed changing. Yeah. There's nothing more frustrating than stringing a racket, getting to around here, then going through a grommet and the string breaking because it's a sharp grommet. Understood. Because it was broken inside. Yeah. But you can definitely work them if you want to, and if you don't have any choice. Yeah. Okay. I was always in the position where I had a few broken rackets. So if I broke a racket, or some of my friends broke a racket, I'd actually take their rackets. Yeah. Because then I knew, like, let's say with the Yonex, they have the same grommet kind of thing, except if you take something like this one right here, this Astrax 88D, it has this top system here. Yeah. But most Yonex rackets have the same grommet pattern. Okay. Which means that I would have broken rackets, and then I just have them laying around like a broken frame, and then I take the exact grommet. Let's say this was missing or was damaged. I'd go find this grommet on a broken racket, and interchange it. Yeah, okay. Because if you ask me, I don't like the look of a well-placed grommet that's like bigger than the rest. Understood. But that's just personal preference. Okay, okay. Now, I've just reached an exciting spot when you're stringing here. Yes. And I'm looking for a specific tool, which is right here. Most stringers, or many stringers, they work with putting strings through here. Yeah. Which they can then pull. Yeah. I invested in this tool. Okay. Which is a very, very sharp tool with an edge, and this can actually break a string pretty easily. You can try and poke yourself in the finger. Oh yeah, okay. That's very string breaking. Yeah. But the reason it's good is because I can easily get it under the string, and then I can twist it to either side to pull the string just a bit. Okay. Which will open up enough room to get it through the grommet, right? To get it through the grommet. Okay. That's great. So there we go. It's through the grommet. And the time of putting in these strings, extra strings, and lifting them up, some people don't care about it. I used to do it as well. Yeah. I found that I'm much faster when I don't do it.
Okay.
Also because when I did that, I'd sometimes go like, oh, I'm only stringing this at like 11 or 12 kgs. I can pull that with my fingers, right?
Okay.
And then I would have been
Yeah.
overly in positive, and I all of a sudden have an issue.
Okay.
Now with this just being 12 kgs going across, or 11.9,
Yeah.
I can just put it down my finger.
Okay.
And get it
goes
through.
through.
Yes.
But what would you say? It's like probably need this kind of a hook if you just go higher up in the tension, right?
Yeah, definitely. I have no chance at the higher
okay.
stuff. And that was also on the limit of what I could do.
Yeah.
I haven't cut my nails in a few days now, so my thumb had a nice fresh nail on it. So luckily I got it done.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Would you say something like it's like now we're having like what is your kind of favorite string actually to string on a racket? Where you would say it's like, oh well, can you say like maybe 2 strings? This is like for you to say the easiest one. This is one I do not prefer. Is there anything like that?
It's definitely for me something like the X-Bolt or the BG80.
Yeah.
That's my favorite string to pull because it's like they are the X-Bolt 63 is maybe a bit slippery, I think.
Okay.
Where the BG80 is a perfect combination where it's easy to work with, and you have good traction on it.
Okay.
I definitely have like a most hated string, which is also my favorite string to play with.
Okay,
which is the Aerobite.
Oh, okay.
Because with the Aerobite, first of all, you're forced to do the 4-knot system, which is okay.
Yeah.
But another thing is the red Aerobite string, the one going on the mains.
Yeah.
It's so tacky
Okay.
that you have to pull every main string on its own.
Okay.
And then when weaving them, because of the difference in the thickness between the red part and the aerosonic white part, it's actually a bit odd to get them working through each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely I love stringing X-Bolt or BG80 or any like BG66.
Okay.
It's also pretty nice. I just find that the BG66 is a bit more soft, so it more easily kind of bends at the tip.
Okay.
Which can cause... Oh, and now let's see what I've done here actually.
Oh,
this part, I have gone to this part here and I have 1-2 grommets left to use.
Okay.
So here in the top, I'll actually do something. Once again, to save the frame of the racket a bit.
Okay.
Same concept as on the sides.
Yes.
I will go to the top one.
Okay.
And leave the middle one.
Okay.
Now something to remember here. We need the interchanging patterns.
Yes.
So if this thing had just been up, then the next goes down, up, down, up, down. Same thing applies going both directions. So for this reason now, I have to match this string I just did.
Okay.
Because the one in between would be doing the opposite, right?
Okay, yeah, exactly, understood.
So here this thing has just gone over, so I have to go over here again.
Yeah, okay. So then basically you're going to the other side and then just doing like the opposite stringing technique, so to say.
Yeah, the opposite, exactly.
Okay.
Now what I like about doing this is first of all, I'll be saving the frame a bit.
Yeah.
Secondly, I have more room when tying the knot in the top. Because if you have this as the top one, you'd be applying the clamp all the way up here, which is pretty close to where you're tying the knot.
Yeah.
Which can be annoying.
Yeah, that's true.
You can sometimes be there, wiggling around for a bit.
Okay.
So now I'll just go here.
Yeah.
And at the top here, we are running a bit out of space, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
So if you want to, now I'll do it just for show.
Yeah.
Because now this thing is kind of in the way.
Yeah.
I have a tweezer.
Okay.
And then I'll just use the tweezer as the way to move the string.
Yeah. Okay.
When this thing is kind of blocking me.
So okay, I see.
And then
so what would you say? Because like now it's like the last 2 strings. Would you also pull each string, or would you say it's like sometimes at the end you pull 2 strings at a time? What would you say? What would you recommend?
I always pull 2 strings at a time up here.
Okay. Okay.
I do.
Okay.
It's actually just habit, I think.
Yeah.
You could, if you really wanted to play around with really maintaining the tension.
Yes.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But at any point, like here, the 2 are pulled to the side, and then now I can attach this.
Okay.
And up here. And the way I do this with pulling these 2 together and like working like this, or pulling these separately, that's kind of just my style thing.
Yes, okay. Understood.
It's something I've tried. I've tried several different stringing techniques.
Yes.
Now I'm cutting this to make it just a bit shorter.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to tie the knot, because if it's very long, I also feel like it can be annoying.
Yeah.
New tool just arrived.
Okay.
This one I use. I always tie the knot in the first big grommet from the top.
Okay.
This one I just push it to the side a bit and use it. Now you can ask, could he just have used this thing we've already seen? Yes, I could have.
Yeah. Okay.
I just have this other tool which I like to use for this. This could be a screwdriver or anything.
Yeah.
This is one is specifically made for working with the grommets as well.
Okay.
And then I take my long tweezer again,
Yeah.
just to have the room.
Yeah.
Now I'll get as much tension as possible using my hand to maintain a nice stringing.
Yes.
And then I'll do the same knot as I did.
Okay. I did it before. It's like going very tight, right?
Going very tight on the first one, and the knot to remind. I'm using the tweezer because this thing is kind of in the way.
Yeah.
So I prefer being here with the tweezer,
Yeah.
having this,
Yeah.
then working through,
Yeah.
tightening.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the third one,
Yeah.
tightening. I'll use these ones, see that it attaches, and then we'll cut this. Of course, the last thing we'd do, we'd put on a logo on it.
Yeah.
Something I always used to do when I strung, I had like all the different brands logos I had,
Yeah.
and then I'd put it on there. It just adds some touch and some class to it.
Yeah, of course, makes sense completely. So, anything to add, like something special? Do we need to know? No, actually, everything is good. Okay.
Probably not.
Probably
I
not.
think that was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Maybe you got some tips on how to improve your stringing, making faster, because that really is an important thing if you are a stringer. Like the faster you string a racket, the more money you earn for every stringing.
Yeah.
Or the more money you earn for like an hour, basically.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing to do, and that should be it for this video.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Okay.
We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Thank you very much. All right.